Good morning. We have a lovely sunny morning in Blackpool. Got a bit of rustling here and rustling from beyond the pink door. And I'm a bit out of practice. So it's about a month since, the Frugalissima, the Frugal Frocks Challenge. I love this dress. And I love it so much. I've ordered some more fabric, exactly the same. I have no idea exactly what I'm going to make, but even if it's in the future that I'm sorry to rustle, if it's in the future then I will make another one. This is just so me. I love it. I love these sleeves, and I just love it. It's the colour, the pattern, really vibrant, and I'm really made up about it. But I'm just doing a very quick catch-up video because it's about a month since I did this. Yeah, it will be a month, won't it? It's the 29th of April. And partly I'm coming on because I was on the Dahlia Society with Kirsten, and her website, she's at Melbourne, and they're doing her, and I think it is, I keep forgetting her name, Cloth Edit is her channel. Anyway, together, the Dahlia Society and I think it's Cloth Edit are doing, I'm going to have to redo all this. There is another challenge, hashtag Sew April Blouse. And I have been wanting to make a blouse. I got some sheeting fabric months ago, and it's just got a waffle on it. It's a bit like seersucker, but it's not really a defined seersucker pattern as much as I would think of seersucker. But I put a little snippet of fabric in and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, I wanted to recreate something that Sarah Pascoe, a comedian in Britain, in the UK, had. She worn a blouse that in my mind it was very flouncy, it was lacy, it was all sorts of things. When I actually did manage to find a snip of where she was on, I think it was on QI, on a TV programme, I've got a screenshot of it. And it's not quite the blouse I'd imagine it to be, but in my mind I wanted to create a really kind of fabulous, simple but fabulous blouse. And the nearest I want, and flouncy. So the nearest I'd seen was Michelle at Sewing Bunny had done a pattern review of Pattern Union Phoebe Flounce. Sorry, we were drumming 2 hours in a park last night, following COVID guidelines, but as our drumming group can't meet in the community hall where we usually meet, we were outside in the park, well spaced, but I'm a bit zonked from all the physical and also the what the heck are we doing, and yes, so apologies, I'm a bit And I was going to do this video about an hour ago when I had really good light in here, and but then I'd got my washing machine primed to spin in a minute, and anyway, in the background there will be a humming because I reloaded it afterwards, forgetting completely what I was supposed to be doing. And relax. So I managed to get the Phoebe Flounce, the Pattern Union Phoebe Flounce PDF pattern, and for weeks and weeks I referred to it to this side when I was videoing that it was still in a roll where I'd joined the A4 pieces together but not cut the pattern out. Then finally I cut the pattern but not the fabric, and then I don't know, about a week and a half ago I saw that there was going to be this Sew a Blouse in April challenge, and so I thought I need to get that done. And there was also a blouse that it's just a McCall's that I've had this pattern for a while, and I love this fabric. It's just very simple and a bit silly, and it's nautical, as as my rooms are. And this is just the facing for the turn back collar. It's just really simple. Well, I've yet to confirm that it's really simple, but the idea is simple. There's no collar stand, there's no full collar. The back just stands up higher, and then you've just got this facing that turns back on itself. So I'm going to do that one anyway. I'd already got that one. I think it inspired me, knowing there was a challenge. It was like, come on, get something done, because I've been really distracted because we're setting up an Etsy shop for Alan's artwork, and it's all been Lofthouse Artworks, trying to get Etsy shop going, a Facebook page for it. The person I'd wanted to design our website is no longer doing them, and it's a very difficult thing to hand over to anyone else. And I don't want to go into that too much, but that's what's been preoccupying me, because I've been having to learn the practicalities of running a shop, all the technology. And if you've watched my videos from the beginning, you will know that technology is not one of my strengths, and even to call it technological and I've been doing lots of technological things and not sewing, and I've had to turn my room over to, I've chosen to turn my room over to photographing prints. And there is a little video that I'll just add to this or put in separately of just what I've been doing really and what the focus has been. It's not an advert, it's just, we've both got, I'm surprised that I've got this creativity, this kind of, I've never really looked at sewing like that. I was a sewist. I used to sew my own clothes years and years ago. If you followed me on on YouTube for any time, you'll know how I got back into it and why I got back into it. And it was just kind of purposeful doing rather than creating things. And then I got into doing a little bit of the quilting, making quilt tops and doing things. And then I'm now finding I'm having to draft my own patterns or parts of my own patterns, because none of us really are a standard shape, but sometimes we can just hit on a pattern and it does the thing. It really suits us, it fits where it's supposed to. But this one, in my video about making this one, I had to invent darts, ended up with 2 darts, there weren't meant to be any front darts. It's just everything. Feels like I've got to redo the thing, so why not make a block and start from scratch? But I started to do that, then I got distracted by getting a domain name and just sorting us out, because Alan's is always drawn, he's always painted, he's always created art. And during lockdown, it's been really, our saving thing is that he goes up on the computer, he might do some art at night, and then he goes up on the computer during the day and he adjusts it or tweaks it or finds others that he's done previously and adds to them or removes something from them, and he's just completely producing more and more art. And he's in a Zoom group which is opening up to other people's way of working and seeing colour differently, and it's been quite a vibrancy between us, that he is actually interested in the achievements I've made. I'll go up partly made dress and I go, what do you think of this? Well, as a man and as a man who is not very expressive, yeah, it's all right. And that is progressing to, oh, that's good. So it must be marvellous. Anyway, back to this. So I'm not really talking about this or this at the moment. All I'm showing you is I've got 1 day left if I'm taking part in this challenge, because the closing date for it is tomorrow. And as you can see, this was the nearest thing I could find that had the flounces I want. I've got a big puffy sleeve from another blouse that I want to put on. And obviously it's far from finished, really, for putting together in a challenge for tomorrow. So it doesn't really bother me that. What's been good is that it's got me started. So it's got me started on it. It's taken a lot of thinking time. I'm particularly proud of the fact that I've managed to do a rolled hem. I've never done a rolled hem before. I've done a little practice a few weeks ago with this fabric, and I was really pleased with it. And I'm really pleased that I've managed to do that. I don't actually want it to have the front it's got on the pattern, but I'm going to go with that. It is more baggy and boxy, and I didn't really want that. So it's been helpful in constructing it to look at what do I really want, but that doesn't mean this will be wasted. This is just a journey into where I want to end up, and this will still in some form be wearable and I say that hopefully, I think, really. So anyway, my main issue here is to open this packet, because I know that this fabric is in it. So I love Andrea's website. Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door is one of the people on YouTube that got me sewing. Watching her videos, I really like her seamstress quality. She knows what she's doing, she explains everything really well, and she was the inspiration for me to make a Harper cardigan after I'd seen Susie at Threadquarters make the Blackwood, which they're very similar, but the Harper is a free pattern, so I thought it's very similar, I'll have a go at it. Then I watched Andrea's video of it and I just felt I think I could do that. She unfortunately didn't have the fabric for it at that time, and everyone of the colour that I wanted had already gone out of stock, so I got some fabric. The Harper cardigan is a story on the first 3 of my videos on my Seaside Stitches channel, so I don't need to bore you with it now. But I love it. I love her channel and her website with beautiful fabrics. Now, I made a mistake with this one. So I knew what this was going to be, but there was only 1/2 metre. Oh, thank you, Susan. I love the dress you made in this fabric. It's gorgeous on you. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. So there was only this one piece of fabric left, which is only a 1/2 metre. Now, there may be more coming in, I don't know. But it's a bit super fabulous, isn't it? And I did know that it was only one piece left, because it wouldn't let me order any more. It said one left. But still, in my head, even though I've been buying fabric now online and knowing that sewing, I just have to do this, but it's annoying me, the flicking about. I still got in my head that there was going to be a metre, and I thought, oh, I can make this with a metre, I can make that with a metre. And then it just dawned on me on one of those 3 o'clock in the morning moments when you're supposed to be fast asleep and you're processing how you're going to get a rouleau loop to turn in this fabric. It also came to me that there's only going to be 1/2 metre. So I'm less confident in what I'm going to make, because it's going to be a very small smock top, crop top, if it's going to be a top. But I do have some pink ponte, and it's possible I may make some kind of blancmange kind of creation. But it is really lovely, isn't it? She has quite a few of these really vibrant patterns with some of them she's called doily, the doily pattern. It's the screen printing version of knitting and crochet. Ooh. Digital pattern, but it's so lovely. And I don't know that pink is for me, but this was the one I liked with the birds on. As locally as I can, and save air miles and travel miles, and yeah, so There's a lot to consider in there when you're trying to sew sustainably. Yes, and just to confirm that this is also organic cotton, certified organic cotton, I can't say it. And this fabric is called Spark of Happiness. And I love this being organic cotton. It's just lovely. It feels so lovely. It's not, it's got a white loop back, but it's only very subtle. It's not got a massive stretch, and I had to unpick this and remake it several times to get it to fit, and it's white on the background, and I was just worried that every time I had to unpick that I was getting a bit white little pinholes in it, but it's fine. They've all healed themselves, and you wouldn't know that I'd had to keep pulling it apart. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, because I always go, this is just a short video, and I'm on for 3/4 of an hour. Oh, I'm also making a red dress that I was inspired to make, not because it was red, but the pattern I've got from, I've had a free pattern with a magazine for quite a while. It's a new look pattern, and Jenny Stitches had made it up in blue. Very pale blue and white, very feminine, and it's really nice. And I'm doing it in bright red and white jersey. She's used something she's supposed to use for it, a woven fabric, very fine kind of cotton lawn or something like that. I'm not quite sure what it is. But I was inspired once I've seen it together, made up, that I wanted to have a go at it. So I'm also working with that, which I'm having to alter and make fit me. So I've got that on the go. I've got that I may or may not have finished to put on Instagram tomorrow. I don't know what you think that had happened, but by the time you see this, we'll know whether I've done it or not. Thank you for watching. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, to all my visitors to my channel. Thank you ever so much. I really appreciate you watching and being interested, and I'd love some comments about whether you, I don't know, once I put this on, I went from something like 118 subscribers, and I've now got 336 subscribers, which has really which has really surprised me. And also it's had 5,000 views, and my other videos have also had more views now. So it's quite stunning to know that the power, I suppose, is of putting on I don't usually go on Instagram. Of putting something on Instagram with tags to people who are also very well known in the sewing world, and having the hashtag Frugal Frocks 2021 has obviously played a massive part in that, a huge part. So I'm really grateful, and I'm pinching a quote from Kate at the last Homely House in saying, hello YouTube friends, or thank you YouTube friends, or bye for now YouTube friends, because it's such a lovely community. It does feel like when I'm watching other people who are sewing, feeling like I'm really getting to know them and really liking them, and it's just a lovely community. So thank you YouTube friends. If you're still with me from the beginning, you'll see this, but if you're not, you won't. Bye then.